those habits of what it truly takes day in and day out to be really good or just to be competitive. We need to have constant reminders of working to get to that. And we're at that stage right now where we have to figure out internally, what our habits look like, and do those habits impact winning? Does it put us in a position to be a competitive team and to try to win games in our league? Because again, this league is unforgiving. I think Indiana was projected to be second in the league. Michigan State was projected, I think, fifth. So it's unforgiving, and you have to rise to the level of competition. And those guys need to understand there's a certain standard, but there's winning habits that you have to have. And you have to do that every single day. And you have to build that every single day if you want to have any chance to win games.
Were there particular points? I mean, defensively, obviously, you guys have played pretty well at times, and in the last couple games, consistently it hasn't been there. Was that an emphasis?
We just talked about just the effort that it takes every single possession. Mm-hmm. You can't take anything off. And I thought Indiana did a great job, especially early, dictating defensively. They had more energy. They had more fight. The game seemed like it meant a little bit more for whatever reason. Then we were able to climb back. And all of a sudden it was, 14-12. And then it was 20-20, or then maybe even 24-22, something like that. So we show glimpses, but you can't show glimpses at this level in this league. Glimpses will get you what we got tonight. So we've got to figure that out. Again, with a new locker room, a new team, a new roster, we've got to figure out the formula, and we've got to ingrain these guys with those winning habits.
What were kind of the main challenges you saw with IU's front court tonight?
I mean, obviously we knew going in they were really good. They just got terrific size, and they played to their strengths. I thought they did a good job of making shots all the way around. It felt like we tried to, claw back, and it got to him maybe 13, 12, and then boom, they hit a wide pin down, and it was just kind of that constant, it was like a body blow, and then they hit a haymaker because they made a play that would prevent us from getting it to 12, 11, or 10. But that's what good teams do. I thought they had a really good resolve, and again, they made it tough for us to do some stuff offensively.
You talked about physicality was something that they had to experience, the guys that hadn't played in the Big Ten when they played Michigan State. Did you see that anything that they saw versus Michigan State that you saw that they improved on in this game? I mean, both sides of the ball? Yeah,
a little bit, but we still had our chances to show more that we learned from that, and we just didn't. And that's the hard pill to swallow. Just that urgency all the time, and that effort all the time. Again, this league is unforgiving. You have really good players, and you have really good coaches, and you can't have the slippage because it's all about momentum. A play here or there, especially on the road, can flip it, and now momentum swings the other way when now a team goes on a run. And so it's that little detail. You might be down 4, and you have a defensive blown assignment, and that leads to a turnover, and you're on offensive. Well, now all of a sudden it's a 4-point swing, and now it goes from 4 to 8 to 10 to 12. And now you're trying to just claw your way back in. So it's them understanding that there's so many details each and every possession that we got to find ways to continue to talk about it, to show it, to rep it. They got to keep experiencing it. I thought the fight in the second half was a little bit better, but it's just there's so much more in there that they have. And again, I think the hardest thing is with the new group that hasn't been through it. It's like that expectation is real, and they got to feel that. There's a level of expectation. There's a standard of how we need to play and compete here, and we're not going to let that slip.
When you're going against Ballo specifically, Indiana's had some good post players recently, but does he do anything differently that you feel like is more difficult to kind of contain?
No, I think, obviously he's got a really good experience, really good feel in the low post. Just his size, but he's so big. He's big, he's long, he's got good hands. He knows how to seal, he knows how to work guys up the floor. But just his sure size, it just wears on you and wears on guys. And they do a good job of finding him. He does a good job of making himself available, and then, just being aggressive. He's really efficient. Obviously he's played at, you played at Gonzaga, you played at Arizona, you played at Indiana. He's played at 3 high-level places, and you know he's got a standard to himself, and he's a really good player. And so it's a tough guard, and you know Renaud is the same thing. I mean, he's a really good player, and those guys play well off each other. And now they got good guard play that can push it and that can find them, can deliver the ball on time, on target when those guys are ready. So again, there's a reason why they were preseason in our league. I think projected number 2. I mean, they're a really good, well-rounded team, and when they're making shots and they got depth down the backcourt, you know they're tough out. You gotta play really well. I thought, you know, Carlisle just brings athleticism. He brings juice. He brings pace. I thought he just did a really good job tonight.
One more for Coach.
You talk about momentum. You guys allowed 12 offensive rebounds. How much of a detriment is that for those second chance points that IU got, both physically and mentally, from a defensive standpoint?
Yeah, no, it's huge. I mean, there was a possession where it might have been around 12 or 13, and we had gotten a couple stops, and one for sure, we just couldn't get the rebound. Couldn't get the 50-50 ball. And those are backbreakers because I think they made us pay. And it's like you expend so much energy on getting that stop, and when you got a chance to get that 50-50 ball, or you got a chance to block out and get that defensive rebound, and now you cut it from 12 to 10 to maybe 8 in single digits, and you don't get that, it's deflating. It's deflating, and that's what we talked about. Like, we have to find a way to just get it, right? If they can get it, we can get it. And there's not like a blockout drill necessarily. There's not a 50-50 ball drill. It's just something within you as a competitor that you just have to find a way, whatever that looks like. I don't know. I can't script it. Right? We talk to our guys all the time. I can't script every scenario, and we can't find excuses of why it didn't happen. You just got to go make the play. At the end of the day, go make the play. You got to stop, right? That's the hard part. Now go finish the deal and make the play. And that's the step we have to take, where we can't find excuses. There's got to be multiple efforts, and you just got to go make the play.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.